Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I'm glad to see you all on the phone, and I'm excited to tell you about what we're doing, what our updates are. If you have any questions about what's going on or something you'd like to see us do, type it in, and I'll be glad to stop talking anytime and answer those. So what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about what's going on with Talk and our updates, our progress back here with technology and marketing. The first thing I want to tell you is that as you know, we're working on selling contractors into a lunch meeting. I don't have any good or bad news to report on that. The first 4,000 mailers are finally done. They were just delivered this morning. That's a picture of them sitting on Sensia's work table. And so we'll start mailing those out. What we're hoping is that we'll get a 1% response from these 4,000 letters and be able to put 40 people 40 contractors with 5 or more employees into a lunch meeting. And we're doing this as hard grinding work. You always do it the old-fashioned way first, and you start looking for ways to do it cheaper and better so that we get more leads, but they're sitting there ready to go. What we'll do is mail these first class at the rate of about probably 100 a day, and then follow up with a telephone call 2 days later. The cold calls to this list we've made a total of, we've actually hit about 50 people to just call on the phone, and we've gotten interest at the level of send me an email and show me what you're talking about from about 10% of the people we've called on the phone. We think that a letter, and I showed this to you last week, a letter explaining what we're doing with Talk first is going to make the phone call work a lot better. This is something people have never heard, so of course they're always curious and like, what the heck are you talking about? So here's the second thing going on. Over the last couple of weeks, I've asked you to contact Essentia or Caitlin about the having me come out and do presentations on using Talk, and about 20 of you have responded back to her and started getting the ball rolling. I will come out there. If you can help us put some people in the room by simply sending an invitation to your clients, would you like, or prospects, would you like to sit in on a lunch meeting? I'll come out there. We'll make the presentation. We'll sell them at $97 a month just for the basic Talk, and then but show them in that loop where they can outsource the balance, because Talk's only going to remove 80 or 90% of their labor in doing accounting. They're still going to that 10 to 20% that's ugly work. That 10 to 20% they're doing right now, most of your clients are doing it in their own office. What we want them to do is, once they see the Talk platform in operation, to move your staff into their employee list, so to speak, so that they're delegating everything that actually has to be done that requires somebody to think about, delegating it to you, so that you can start billing those clients $6.95 a month. Now, the next thing that's going on is that the professional video to talk about Talk, a 90-second top-of-the-line video to where you spent $12,500 to do this. They've just told us that all the filming is done and that we should see the final edited product sometime in the next 10 days. If you want to see the website of the production company we used in downtown New York City, it's lncproductions.com. I'm just letting you know what's going on with that. It, like everything else, takes a long time. They told us when we signed the contract it'd take 2 weeks, and now it's been 3 months. But I think that probably had a lot to do with the fact that it took a long time to figure out how to get the script down to 90 seconds, and it took a long time to find actors that we could live with. Most of the actors they brought in looked like unemployed not yuppies, millennials, unemployed millennials in downtown New York City, and they didn't really look like a business person. So we had to go through and reroute the talent list, and so all the filming is done, and we're now just waiting for the final product. Okay, next update. Fujitsu has approved our link, and they're going to start advertising talk sometime in the next, who knows when they'll do it, but talk will be part of the ScanSnap software downloads and updates so that it's a one-click push from the mail right into the file box so that pages can be quickly uploaded. That's going to be a big improvement on productivity in a business and in your business so that we don't have to scan the documents and drag and drop them onto the browser window. Now we'll just one click and it goes right into the file box. Okay, the next thing is automatic. If you have not bought an automatic dongle, I strongly recommend that you get one. Buy the Pro version. The standard version is $99, the Pro version $124. The reason you want to spend the extra $24 is that it skips over having to link with the Bluetooth. We've had a lot of customer support calls on getting the dongle to talk to the phone via Bluetooth so that it can upload to the automatic database. The Pro version skips the Bluetooth step, so you simply plug it into your diagnostic port in your car, and there is a small short setup that is very easy to accomplish, but once it's done, and it's very easy, once it's done, then the automatic starts working. That's a one-time fee, the $125, and it runs on 3G Wi-Fi, so whenever it picks up the Wi-Fi signal from anywhere, it uploads the data on a trip. This mileage tracking through automatic is rock solid, and it is sweet. Automatic receives the data, calculates the route, and then sends that information to Talk. And Talk then texts the user, what's the purpose of your trip, what's the place where you are, who's the person that you were in contact with, which is the missing data that we needed. So, you know, transactions come down even on bank downloads, and they've got a place, which is the vendor, and they've got a payment method, which is American Express. They even have the amount, $23.80, but we still don't have the person, the place, or we don't have the person or the purpose. And that's really critical if you want to do job costing. You've got to have the person and you've got to have the purpose. So the automatic dongle is rock solid now, and any of the glitches that we had were fixed as soon as we had everybody upgrade to the 125 version. Now, if you have the $99 version and you've already installed it and you've got it working on your Bluetooth, that's perfect. You should be getting mileage pings all day long now when you drive the company car. You can set rules so it doesn't ping you when you drive from your house to the office, because that's not tax deductible anyway. And if you need training on that, just simply call Essentia or Caitlin. They'll do it. Okay, good. Now, the next thing that's going on. We are out. The next thing, let's go to Felicity next. Felicity. Felicity is the aggregator that scrapes the banking transactions at the Federal Reserve wire. Now, we started with a company called Salt Edge, but Salt Edge ran into roadblocks working with Bank One and Wells Fargo. And Bank One and Wells Fargo didn't want to work with Salt Edge. Well, that makes up 60–70% of our customers out there with Bank One or Wells Fargo. So we had to abandon Salt Edge and go to their more expensive competitor, Felicity. But Felicity has solid relationships with 13,000 banks. Felicity is the backbone scraper that Mint.com uses with Intuit, and we're simply riding on their technology and on their platform that Mint.com and Felicity built together to scrape these transactions. So, and for you all that don't know, Mint.com is part of Intuit, and it's a little app for individuals who want to track their budgets or get constant updates on their bank account balance or on their stock market portfolio. If you see anything that we should put into Talk that's in Mint, if you're a Mint user, I'm not, but if you were a Mint user, if you see anything they're doing that we are not, let us know about it because we'll be happy to see if we can work that in. Now, the next thing that's going on, we are out, we're raising some money. We've pretty much self-funded except for a couple of small investors. And one of the investors that we talked to this past week, by the way, we've received commitments. We're trying to raise $350,000. We're using that $350,000 to go out and get 1,000 business clients on Talk. Those 1,000 will be spread out and distributed across the country to those 70 accounting firms that are Talk Pro advisors. We haven't really coined that level of service, but that's kind of what we're thinking about. And the reason that this picture of Trump is up here, it has nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with Entrepreneur Magazine. One of our people that have committed, we're asking for $350,000. We have received $305,000 in solid commitments, letters of commitment. So we think we'll close on that sometime in the next 4 weeks so that once we get through our testing with our direct mail and our phone calls and our postcards, et cetera, to go direct to business owners, then we'll have cash to go out and do this on a massive basis. And when the investors talk to us, they say, what are you going to use the money for? Pay off your debt, pay back some loans, finish the product? None of that. Everything, 95% of this money is going strictly into customer acquisition. The next question they ask is, well, what's your burn rate? How much are you losing every month? And interestingly, we ended the year 2016 at $45,000 in profit. We're doing everything we can right now to make that 45 disappear. But that totally floored the investors that in our second year that we actually didn't lose money. And maybe that's why we found it easier this time around than we did 2 years ago to go out and get a little money. We're not asking for very much. I think that, I know why I wanted to put this slide up. Because one of our investors is a writer for Entrepreneur. And he said, as soon as we get this done, I want to write an article about Entrepreneur, about you guys in Entrepreneur Magazine. Well, the reason that's so important is because once there's an article written about Talk in Entrepreneur Magazine, I can get an article in Inc., Fast Company, and quite a few others that will get us a lot of traffic. Just on my mergers and acquisitions company, I got mentioned 2 years ago in one paragraph about buying broken companies and reselling them. I got mentioned in one paragraph, and that one paragraph generated, I know it generated about $20,000 in revenue since that article was written by people calling up and buying access to our mergers and acquisitions club. So this is really powerful to be able to do this. So the money that's coming in is coming in as a loan. I got that a question from one of our accountants just now. Okay, now what else is going on? Right now, today, we are focusing on user experience. We consider the Talk app to be too difficult to use, and so since it's tax season and Caitlin and Oz Oz is mostly focusing on getting contractors into these lunch meetings that we're doing out here. Caitlin is working on user experience, and she's taking all of her conversations with you that you've had with her on the phone, what's not working right, etc., and driving into that. And one of the things in the user experience is that the problems we have is that it's difficult when we're going right straight to a business owner to leap all the way to Talk. So we found we think that we're going to find it much easier if we give them the phone app first, take a picture of a receipt, talk to the phone, and so we're upgrading AutoKep to fit the talk format. And you all knew that this was coming because we've talked about it off and on over the past year. So we're in the process of that right now. We'll have that done by February 1st, and if you love it, you'll be able to upgrade to that, upgrade your current clients that are using AutoKept to the Talk platform. It won't have any impact on the pricing or money or anything else, but the reason we're doing it is because when I talk to a business owner and I show them AutoKept, their mouth falls open. It's like, oh my God, that's so simple. Why didn't anybody think of this? If I talk to them about Talk, it's just too big of a quantum leap. And I'm talking about a cold call. If it's a client, it's different because they're just going to go along with whatever you say. But I'm talking about cold calling. And so this upgrade will make it easier for us at these lunch meetings to get people on board and started. So I just wanted to let you know that we've got over 5,000 users on the AutoKept phone app now. We think that when we upgrade those people, we're going to see a lot more of them then say, well, what about the rest of my company? What else can I do here? So that's all good news. Now, here's the things that we're working on that are problems. Of course, the number one problem, and Oz is working on this full time, and this is why we're raising money, is generating new clients for our local accountants. And Travis has kind of let the IT group go to become self-managed because they've been with us now for over a year, so they know what to do. And he's now working on joint ventures where we're going to other people that sell apps to small business owners and say, would you like to work with us? And working on group lead generation. Oz is working with me every day on the grind, send out a letter, call a phone, make a phone call, that sort of thing. So that's our number one project every day. What's the process we're going to use to start bringing a lot of clients? I got a question. What about the branding? Will the upgraded app brand to us? Yes, it will. So I've got Oz and I and Travis working on generating clients, and Caitlin and the IT team are working on what's called UX, the user experience, so that not only do business owners find us easier to use, but that your staff will find Talk easier to use. And so if you have any complaints about the way it works, call Caitlin and let her know. Or send her an email and set up a phone time because she's trying to get as much user feedback as she possibly can. Okay, and then raising money. I just touched on this briefly. We've received $305,000 in commitments over the last 20 days. This has really actually been going on about the last 11 days. 11 days ago, we got all the final due diligence to the venture capitalist in San Francisco, and in just 10 days he's had us, Travis and I, on the phone with a half a dozen people, and they've all except one guy that we've talked to said, yeah, I think this is going to go somewhere. So we have letters of commitment now of $305,000. These are from real investors too. These people are actually, that's what they do all day, is invest in startups with the idea that 48 or 36 24 to 48 months from now, Intuit or Sage or H&R Block is going to buy you out. We're going to close this round at $350,000. That's when we'll sign the paper and receive the checks. However, if our momentum's really good, we may go ahead and run it out to $500,000. I don't know yet. We'll just see what happens over the next 10 days about that. And I've already told you that we'll be using these funds to generate sales leads, and we think that we'll actually have a check in hand in 25 days. They tell us on the 1st, but I don't believe that. So I'm planning on 25 days from now. And so that's everything that's going on. We're very interested in hearing about your workflow experiences. You know, my wife is my first guinea pig on everything that I give her to do. And this morning, she filled my ear with complaints about things that were difficult. And that's what we did with paperless. We just had a conversation every day about problems she had over a course of a year or so, and we came up with a great product in paperless. Talk is 100 times better, but I want to hear what kind of problems you're having. Is it hard for the staff to understand? Is it hard to talk transactions into the dialog box? Is it hard to get it to import? And that sort of thing. So now you have an update. We'd like to hear back from you. If you have not let Asencia or Caitlin know that you would like to have me come out, then we don't know to start planning on that. So as Asencia and I nail down how to put people in the room, we're going to replicate that then around the country, and we'll start coming out there April 15th. I don't want to come before then because you'll be too busy to come over and sit in the meeting. If you're not in the room with me, then I'm not going to be able to transfer clients to you with our sales pitch. And that's everything. I appreciate everybody being on, and if you have any questions or comments, give us a call or send me an email. Okay, thank you, everybody. Bye.